Hello, welcome to Koto Games Summer's Wars Pro in the making. Now today is gonna be a short video, a short tutorial guide on how to clear Trial of Ascension 80 with farmable monsters, farmable obtainable monsters that you actually can get easily. Now these monsters, Beretta, it's going to be farmable, obtainable because you can just go ahead and go to the to the fusion hexagram and you can fuse Beretta and get Beretta whenever you want to. The next one it's going to be Spectra, and Spectra is farmable because you can go on Fire Day and you can get the Griffon dungeon and you will be able to farm this guy as well. Also the next one on this list will be Beladion, and Beladion is one of the basic monsters that you should have gotten as soon as you see the light day. Spam for that Beladion because Beladion is gonna help you almost everywhere, and he's pretty easy to get and pretty easy to skill up as well. Also comes Beramos. Beramos is a game-changing monster. If you don't have Beramos yet, go ahead and fuse Beramos because Beramos will make everything easier for you to farm the giants that you need to farm before you get to play Trial of Ascension and Dragons as well. So Map is the only one that is not like fully farmable, but it's a monster that you get from unknown scrolls. You can get this guy, and you can also get this guy from, we had a weekend dungeon for this guy, so you most likely, if you are doing the stage 80 already, it's because you played that dungeon. And also if you don't get him from from that dungeon, you can also farm this guy from summoning stones. When the summoning stones rotations come that you see math and you don't have math, summon stones for him because he's really worth it, and it's pretty easy to skill up because you get a ton of penguins when you summon unknown scrolls and mystical scrolls as well. So what is the strategy here? The strategy for this floor, for the first wave, is to clear the fire leeches as fast as possible, because the fire leeches are the ones that are going to be gaining a turn unexpectedly, and if they cut in between your rotation, then they may cause a lot of damage. As you were able to see, they got my Beladion so low that almost killed them because of one of them getting in between. So this is crowd control. You put dots on the monsters, and first of all you go for them, for the fire leeches, and then you go for the dark leeches, stunning them, causing the defense break, dealing damage with the Spectra second skill, reducing the attack bar to 0 with Beretta, and also with Spectra with the third skill, and increasing your attack bar if it is necessary with Beladion. But the most important thing about this is stunning and putting dots on them. And also remember that whenever you clear a wave, you need to go to the next wave with all of your skill ups available. Right, so this one is pretty easy because they don't actually deal a lot of damage to you. The ones dealing damage are those Sigmaruses, and as long as you stun them or you provoke them, then you're gonna be fine. This Dark Taoists, they can stun you, but it's good to put the provoke on them if they are not stunned with Beramos or Beretta. So what do I do here? Here I'm gonna be taunting the one that has the highest attack bar, so they are gonna be attacking me with the first kill. And the elemental disadvantage that Sigmarus has on map is going to be most likely not landing a critical hit. Alright, remember that map is very good because map stuns with the first kill. Now let's go ahead and hit one of these wound hack with the second skill of this Spectra, and now it's just a matter of putting dots on them and locking them. Now what I'm going to do here is that I'm gonna heal so I can gain attack bar, and then I can decrease their attack bar as well with this guy. This floor is really easy when you get the monsters to clear the floor and when you have decent runes. Remember that the rune quality, it's what's going to make the difference between you clearing this floor or not, and the strategy that you choose to follow. If you have better monsters than these, you can go for the better monsters. But if you don't have other monsters to do these floors, then stick to the farmable ones and clear the floors. Now what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to taunt the Sigmarus again. So this Sigmarus is going to be attacking Math if he gets to get a move. Now as I get the violent proc, I'm going to try to stun this guy, but I was unable to do so. Why do I choose to taunt Sigmarus? Because this Dark Taoist is going to use a non-damage skill, so because of the AI, so it's not something that has me worried. But now I can take my time to take down these guys, and Sigmarus is gonna be really slow because his base speed is really low, so now I'm gonna be able to kill it with the second skill. Now the recommended builds for these guys will be for Beretta, Despair, Focus, and try to go speed on the slot 2, HP on the slot 4, and HP on the slot 6. But if you can get decent substats for speed, for HP and accuracy, you can also build him with an accuracy rune to get better chances of getting the dots on them, because the dots are really important. Alright, so now it's just, I don't even need to use the third skill on them, because remember that we need to go to the next floor with all of the skills available. Alright, so now we're gonna hit on this guy, and we're gonna take our time to clear this last Sigmarus. That is the one that is gonna die. Alright, so the recommended builds will be speed, HP per hour. Before we get into that, this is the main stats, the main part of this floor. The turn order, it's really important for this. It's really important because these guys will counterattack. So the turn order is going to be really important. First of all, we have to decrease their attacks bar and also the attack speed. We're going to do that with Spectra. And I hope we don't get a violent proc. That's cool. Now, in this case, you can either choose Beretta to move first or Veramos. I choose Beretta to move first because I want the dots to be applied as fast as possible in all of my TOE hard floors when I play. And also, you have to build Beretta a little bit tanky, because Beretta, it's going to be getting the damage from them. Remember, these Yetis, they have the ability to counterattack. Also the monkeys, everybody on this floor has the ability to counterattack. Why is it better to have Beretta moving before Veramos? Because Beretta has only 2 chances here of landing a critical hit. And remember, his Artemiel is going to fill its attack bar with the critical hits. If Veramos moves first, then he's gonna be having 3 times to crit in any of these Yetis. So that slightly change is gonna make it could make the difference between you being able to clear the floor or not. So let's move on. We didn't get any stun. That is really bad. We hope we get a stun with this. Right, we got decent stuns. Now what do? We decrease the attack. We decrease the defense of Artemiel, because Artemiel deals damage proportionate to his max defense. Now we go ahead and clear Beretta, and we also increase the attack speed. Now, we have the defense. We decrease the defense of Artemiel already, so it's good to deal damage to him with this skill, because he's gonna be receiving the damage and the Yetis will not be countering. So that's really good. Right, so now let's see. I'm gonna decrease the attack bar up. Something really cool is that you have to take into consideration the elemental advantage and disadvantage. And if you attack the monkeys with Beretta, you're gonna be landing a critical hit. And if you land a critical hit, Artemiel is going to be increasing its attack bar, and also it's going to be counter-attacking. So what do we do here? We keep this Yeti, the Yeti on the right, out away from moving by decreasing its attack bar. And he's still stunned, so he's gonna be having more chances of non-attacking. Now, again, the elemental advantage plays a huge role for you to clear this floor. So, what do we do here? We attack the monkeys with Veramos, and it's gonna be with the first skill, and I'm going to attack the one that has already 2 dots, two continuous damage effects, because when I land that one is gonna be the first to die, and he already has a very high attack bar. So now what do we do here? We go ahead and taunt this Aramil. We provoke, and remember the provoke is not a hit, so that's gonna be really amazing to do that with him. We decrease up again the attack bar and also the attack speed for whoever didn't have it. And now remember that Spectra is fire, so if we attack Spectra with if we attack the monkeys with a Spectra, it's gonna be having an elemental advantage, so the chances to crit will be extremely high, and then Aramil is going to be increasing the attack bar, and you may be countered as well by Aramil and the monkeys. So I'm gonna be hitting one of the monkeys or the same Aramil with this one. If we hit on Artamil, it's gonna be very likely that we will deal more damage, but it's gonna be likely to land a critical hit as well. We didn't. Alright, so now we try to stun this monkey. We didn't stun, but the monkey was attacking Beretta, and because of the elemental disadvantage, he was not able to land a critical hit. So that's why it's good to attack the Jedis with Beretta and the monkeys with Veramos. Right, we decrease the defense again on this guy, so we make sure that he has this defense decreased. Alright, and now we get the stun again available from Veramos, and that's perfect. Remember that the Yeti on the right has not been able to take a turn because he has been stunned, and I decreased the attack bar as well. So now we keep putting the dots on the monkey that we were putting the dots before, and that's gonna be the way for us to kill that monkey. I choose to attack the monkey with math because my math is tanky, and I know there's a chance to crit because there's no elemental advantage or disadvantage, but as my math is tanky, I rather go for the stun on the first kill from math. We get the violent proc, and now we put more dots on them. Now we decrease again the attack bar of everybody if it is possible. And now something that I would like to have now, it's the stun, the provoke available from math. So I'm going to heal to increase the attack bar of all of my people. I crit unfortunately, but I have the provoke before the attack bar of Aramil is full, and that's great. So I'm gonna provoke him. By provoking him, I make sure that he doesn't heal any of the guys whenever it's possible. So we have to make these on him, so that way we know that we follow the strategy and that we don't miss anything. Right, so now we hit this. I'm gonna hit the Yeti on the left with the second skill. That, remember, the second skill does damage in proportion to the enemy's max HP. Alright, so now I'm gonna reduce the attack bar of the Yeti on the right again, because I don't want that Yeti to be out of the stun. And by doing so, he's not gonna take a turn anytime soon. Now, if I go for the AoE stun here, just to stun this Yeti, I will be making a bad decision. Because just stunning one guy, I will be hitting 3 critical hits. I will have the chances of critting on any of these, and then it's going to be increasing the attack bar and the defense of Aramil. So I'm gonna keep doing the strategy that we're doing with these Veramos. We're gonna put the dot on the monkeys. I'm not able to see how many continuous damage we have, but it looks like we already had 10. So I'm gonna be hitting on the other monkey to put the continuous damage. Right? So now I'm gonna try to stun the Yeti. There you go, and the Yeti has been stunned. We got the violent proc, so it's very good to build map in violent, because whenever you get a violent proc, it's a chance for you to stun again, to provoke, or to decrease the cooltime of all of your allies really easy. Alright, so we decrease the attack bar, and now we go for... I don't want to go... Remember, don't go for the monkeys, even though you have this small chance to stun one of these monkeys. Don't go for the monkeys. because if you go for the monkeys, then you're gonna crit, and then it's going to increase the attack, the defense, and the attack bar of Automil. Alright, so I'm gonna go for this Yeti. Something very important is that if it is possible, build your monsters with as low critical rate as possible. That's gonna help you on this floor, and it's gonna help you as well in the ragdoll floor. Right, so now it's a good chance to stun, because now there are two guys, and we stun one of them, and that's cool because they are not gonna be able to take the turn. Now the provoke is very important, remember. So I'm gonna provoke this RML, so he's not going to heal any of these guys. Alright, so now I believe I will be able to kill this Yeti. Yeah, that Yeti is gone. There's nothing else that Yeti can do. And we also have these dots, because remember, the dot strategy is what's gonna work for you. Alright, so now we'll keep putting dots on this guy. And the cool thing about this, if you remember, is that the Yeti on the right has not been able to take a move because we have been decreasing its attack bar. So we go now for the RML. We decrease the attack bar and the attack speed as well. Now the Yeti, it looks like the Yeti is going to get a turn, but now at this point it doesn't matter. What we need to do now is to avoid this guy, the RML, to prevent him from getting a turn. So I'm going to decrease the attack bar on him and decrease the defense as well, and keep putting dots on these guys, on the monkey kings. Alright, so now we need to heal as fast as possible. Now remember that you hit the light guys with the fire monsters, so it's a good chance to try to stun them, and the stun was fine. Now I heal, gain the attack bar, and I need to have the provoke. There's the provoke. Now we provoke the Arnamil, and he's not going to be able to heal any of these guys. So this is a piece of cake. If you follow a strategy like this, we decrease the attack bar or we put the dots. The monkey is dead from the dots. I'm gonna decrease the attack bar because this Yeti may have already 10 debuff, and using the dots when he cannot receive more debuffs, then it's not gonna be something good. So I'm gonna decrease the attack bar of Automil, and then when he moves, when the Yeti moves, I will be able to put the dots on him, the remaining dots. So from this point on, it's just attacking Automil and following the same strategy, putting the attack bar back. Now it's pointless to go ahead and hit the Yeti on the right, because if I hit the Yeti on the right and I get a critical hit, then Automil is going to gain attack bar. So I'm going to be hitting Automil with the first kill to avoid the attack bar from being increased. Alright. Now this Veramus is gonna crit because these guys are light guys. Alright, so I don't wanna decrease the attack bar right now, because if the Automil resists the attack bar and then the Yeti does not resist the attack bar, then Automil is gonna be getting a turn before the monkey does. Before the Yeti does. Right, so we decrease the attack bar again, and I know that Yeti is dead right now. As soon as he gets a turn, he's gonna be dead. And here comes the provoke again. That provoke, it's amazing. It didn't work this time, but the provoke, it's amazing. As you can see, it's just a matter of time before this team is dead. And now it's just Automil and I, and this is gonna be the end of the floor. This Trial of Ascension 80, the normal mode, and this is the same strategy that I use for toaN Hard 80 when Automil is on the floor. Now I'm gonna be able to show you the runes of this guy right now. This is the same rotation that I use, the same monster that I use on toaN Hard. It works for toaN Normal as well. This is Beretta. Mine is on Violent Revenge, because when you revenge with Beretta, he has a very high chance to stun on the first kill with the revenge. Right, so it's gonna be speed, HP, HP. You can pause the video at any time if you need to see the runes. This one is an accuracy rune, but this one is here because it has a lot of HP percentage as a substats, and the accuracy is really decent, and it's gonna go higher. And I really need him to have high accuracy because when I use this skill on the floor, toa hard 100, I really need this skill to reduce the attack bar to 0. So the accuracy for me, it's very important, and he works really well with this decent speed and with these decent stats. You can go this per focus to have more accuracy, and then you can go speed, HP for slot 2, 4, and 6. That's the best build. Right, then it comes with Spectra, and Spectra, it's a violent focus. Mine is on violent because having a Spectra on violent, it's really amazing. When you decrease the attack bar and the attack speed and you get a violent proc, then you will be able to hit with the second skill, and as well again you're gonna be able to get this skill available right away. It's reusable again in 3 turns. So imagine if you get 2 violent procs, then the skill is going to be available really fast and really often. And also when you use the wings of this the map skill, then the decrease of cool time is gonna be helping you a lot. I'm gonna show you the runes real quick. Alright, the speed rune is not even max, but it's here. It doesn't have any tanky substats, but it's here for the accuracy substats. I really wanted him to have as high accuracy as possible because landing this attack speed debuff and decreasing the attack bar, it's something really important. And as you can see here, he has 84% accuracy with no accuracies rune because of the set. Accuracy set, that is a 20% set. Ideally you want him to be faster than this, but these stats that I have, they work for toa hard, and he's the first to move on any of my toa hard teams with this speed. Speed tuning is really important for toa hard. Right, here comes Beladion. This Beladion is some violent broken because of the substats that I was getting for him. I just wanted him to be tanky and to have decent defense and to have a speed that is going to be higher than my damage dealers. So in case that I'm going to use him on arena or guild battles, he's going to be able to defense break, and then my damage dealer will be able to one-shot. So here comes the runes. Really tanky runes, really nice substats. Some of them are not so nice, but I really wanted to have a high HP and decent speed and decent defense as well. You can pause the video at any time if you need to see the runes. And these runes are not even max, he's fine. Alright, the next one is gonna be Beramos. These were the runes that I had on my what's the name of my Lisa for raids 5 frontline. But I decided to put these runes on this guy because he's very good for this floor on hard. Beramos is really good to take the hits from the Yetis and also the Aramil on toa hard when this rotation is up. Alright, here comes the runes. Remember, you can pause the video at any time. You don't need to have these runes for you to be able to clear toa normal 80. You just put speed, HP, violent, anything. If it is possible, you can put violent nemesis. That is the best build for him. And here comes map. This map is on speed, HP, and defense. Here comes the runes. You can see the runes anytime. You can pause the video anytime if you need to see the runes. Mav is tuned here to have high defense because you need to provoke the monsters with Mav. And when you provoke them, they are going to be attacking Mav. So you need to put high defense on Mav and high HP as well. This map works for every single floor of toa hard and toa normal. And he doesn't have a lot of accuracy, but this accuracy he has is more than enough to stun with the first skill and to provoke with the second skill. Even though with this speed, remember that Mav needs to be the last to move on your team. So even though with this speed, my Mav is still the last to move on the team. The rune requirements for toa normal 80 are not so high, so I wish you the best of lucks by clearing this floor, and I'm sure that if you do what we talk about in this floor, you will be able to clear this floor really easy. Now guys, I do thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day.